From a bank robber giving his gun away to donkey getaway vehicles, today we look at 20 criminals that did 20 stupid things. Three criminals robbed a man of his 10-year-old donkey for their getaway vehicle on a grocery store heist. Once the donkey was stolen, the main robbery took place at 2 a.m. in a grocery store located in a tiny town in Colombia. The thieves loaded the donkey with cans of tuna, rice, oil, sardines, and rum. The robbery went as planned by the thieves until the 10-year-old donkey let out a series of loud cries that caught the attention of the police. The three criminals were forced to leave the stolen items after their transporting donkey started to cry. The thieves had no other option than to use their foot, but they were caught up by the police. The police detained the thieves and returned the donkey to his owner. A would-be criminal attempted to rob a sum of £700,000 from a bank in London. The robber acted stupidly by handing over his gun to the cashier instead of his duffel bag to stash the cash. The bank employee quickly set off the alarm, but he escaped by stealing a nearby bike. Frank Singleton, a resident of Palm Beach, just got released from the county jail on charges for trespassing. The 21-year-old immediately committed another offense by forcefully stealing a car at the jail parking lot. Unfortunately for him, he was unable to operate the car manual transmission. His reason given for his action was that he did not feel like walking. He has been charged with felony carjacking. Klaus Schmidt is a deaf man who tried to rob a bank in Berlin with a pistol. Everything went well until a bank employee asked Klaus if he needed a bag, and he responded saying it's a real gun. This made the bank employee sure he could not hear and sounded the bank alarm. Klaus carried on his operation obliviously until the arrival of the police, who took him into custody. Interestingly, Klaus tried to sue the bank for taking advantage of his disability. Wesley Jumper and Sean Stewart stole more than $500 worth of shampoo and soap from a CVS store, using an ice cream truck as a getaway vehicle. The police got a call about the shoplifting, and since the vehicle was very easy to spot, the chase began. The driver of the truck, Stewart, was going 80 miles per hour before the ice cream truck eventually crashed into a car containing 3 men. The 3 men sustained minor injuries and were treated at the medical center. The 2 criminals, on the other hand, were charged with theft, and Stewart, the driver, was additionally charged with fleeing and reckless driving. Zachary Tentoni trailed an unidentified woman to Harbor Middle School and robbed her of her wallet. The report from the police in Boston neighborhood stated while the robber was running away with her wallet, he dropped the 2 bags he was holding with him. The police revealed that one of the bags contained a birth certificate with a letter from Zachary's mother. The birth certificate showed the name Zachary Tentoni, a 26-year-old from Connecticut. This aided the police investigation, and he was tracked down. "33-year-old Andrew Libby pretended to be a business-carded police officer, demanding for porn tapes from an adult emporium. He explained that he needed the porn tapes to find out if the stars in the videos were of legal age. The cops detained him for impersonating as a detective of age verification unit. According to the media, a police search of Andrew's house turned out a handgun, small quantity of marijuana, and a fake metal security officer badge. Darren Kimpton was caught while trying to loot a house where police were already interviewing the homeowner as a victim of another crime. Darren's intent for stealing is to raise money from selling stolen items to buy Christmas gifts for his elderly parents. On the same night, he attempted to break into 2 houses. He failed in his first attempt at Monks Road, Abington, cutting himself and leaving his blood on the door lock, before proceeding to the second home in Lee Road, Abington, where he was caught. Michael Fuller was at Walmart trying to buy a microwave, a vacuum cleaner, and some other items amounting to $476. There was no need for the store employees to involve the police until it was time for Michael to pay. The 53-year-old man had brought out a $1 million bill requesting for change. Apparently, he wanted to pay for the item he was buying with his personally legit $1 million bill, when the largest bill in circulation at the time was $100. This prompted the store employees to involve the police, leading to Michael's arrest. John Pierce tried to rob a house and got stuck in a window frame. According to reports, John used a hammer he was holding to break in, but the shoelace got caught in the window frame. While the 32-year-old man was hanging upside down for over an hour, he shouted out that he was trying to stop a thief from stealing. The crowd of people walking by did not believe John, and the homeowner soon called the cops. Arthur Cheney was part of the Highway 101 bandit. The group is suspected of robbing around 16 banks. 64 years old Arthur was pulled over since the vehicle had paper license plate with matching description of the car that linked to the bank robbery in the area. Arthur was arrested by the California Highway Patrol after they found what one officer called a clue. It was a handwritten message on a yellow sticky note reading "Robbery 100s and 50s only," found in Arthur's car. Albert Bailey, a convicted felon, is about to face another trial for his second bank robbery in 7 years. Albert used his phone to call the bank demanding for $100,000 in large bills and not to call the police. The bank responded with a quick lockdown and alerted the police department. But Albert's 16-year-old cousin snuck quietly into the bank to grab the money. The two criminals were caught by the police at the parking lot. A 27-year-old German man completely reeking of alcohol arrived on an early Tuesday for his driving test. His examiner asked him if he was drunk, but he denied having took even a sip of alcohol. The examiner then decided to carry on with the test by directing the man to the police station, which the man did not even notice. He was tested for alcohol at the police station, and the test result revealed he was 3 times over the legal alcohol limit for driving. His examiner said his driving was bad. Demetrius Robertson robbed a convenience store clerk with a steak knife immediately after filing a job application form with the store. Though Demetrius left a fake address while filling out the job application, he unfortunately filled out his real name and uncle's phone number in the form. An anonymous tip helped the police arrest Demetrius. The 28-year-old job application armed robber was arrested by the police at his friend's apartment. Quentin Thomas was found guilty of murder when his own letter was used against him. Quentin, 22 years old, sent out a letter to his friend while he was in jail waiting for his murder trial. In the letter, Quentin asked his friend to make sure witnesses don't testify against him, with other details on how to cover up his previous actions. This letter was intercepted and read by an employee of the county jail. The written message led to his prison sentence. Ruben, an 18-year-old thief, attempted to rob a muffler store. Reports stated the 18-year-old went into the shop and demanded money with his gun in the air. Unfortunately for Ruben, he found out from the shop's employee that only the manager can open the safe was not around. Brilliantly, Ruben developed an idea and decided to give the shop employee his phone number, instructing them to call Ruben as soon as the manager is back so he can open the safe for him. Crystal and Denise tried to steal samples of pee. The two women, 26-year-old and 24-year-old, were on probation and routinely tested for drug use. They stopped a delivery van containing pee samples and tried to steal the urine. The driver threatened to call the police and the two friends ran away. Crystal's urine tested clean, but an oral swab test showed usage of methamphetamine. "20-year-old Victor broke into an apartment and stole $218 while the owner was away. Soon after, the owner got home without noticing the burglary. Victor was back at the apartment wanting to return the money he stole in exchange for the wallet he forgot in the bedroom. The wallet contained Victor's cash, photos, and credit cards. When the apartment owner noticed his money was missing, he called 911. The owner told Victor to return his money by pushing them under the door in exchange for Victor's wallet. While Victor was struggling to push the bills under the door, cops arrived and arrested him. McKinney tried to sell drugs over the phone to a cop. The 14-year-old dialed a random number on a Saturday night and ended up calling a police detective. The officer was going to hang up, but McKinney asked if he wanted to buy some drugs. McKinney and the officer arranged a meetup, and the 14-year-old was arrested at the meetup point for trying to distribute marijuana. Dennis Hawkins disguised himself with fake breasts, clown pants, and a blonde wig to rob a bank. Dennis used a stolen BB gun for the robbery and fled with an undisclosed amount of money. He was caught at a nearby gas station sitting in the car of a woman he attempted to steal. The 48-year-old man was held under bail of $230,000.